Good morning. Good morning. I'll get started in just a few minutes. I know for the most part, I'm not usually on here during the morning hours. Um, and just wanted to hop on real briefly. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, you'll be able to review this even on replay and just go ahead and drop just a little nugget in your spirit and give you another tip tool. Actually, I'm going to double back and give you guys the tip that I tried to give you on last Sunday, but unfortunately there was no sound. And so, of course, because I just go with giving you what God is giving me at the time, then some stuff I may not remember to share with you today, because I don't always write the stuff down. I go with what God says and what God puts on my heart, because when at the end of the day, what He's saying is ever present, is not going to change, and you get the picture. The tool that I was giving 2 weeks ago, because I didn't jump on last Sunday, the tool was trust. And so I want to expound on trust, just saying that that's the one thing that we as spouses, we as couples have to have. Is easy, very easy to say that we have trust, but it's hard to walk it out. It's hard to actually trust someone. And we do know that the Bible tells us to put not your trust in man, because man will let you down. And we're not supposed to put our trust in man. But you, personal, you have to have trust, because if you don't instill trust in your relationship, is trust saying that the person will not do you wrong? Is trust saying that the person will not harm you? Is trust saying that this person is perfect? No. Because if that was the case, I would never be able to have trust in my relationship. For those of you who know me, those of you who know a little bit about our history, because you know what, as much as you know, you still don't know the half. Hear me when I tell you, as much as you do know, you still don't know the half. And that goes the same for your relationship and anybody else. They can see what they see, they can know what they know, but they still don't know the half. And that doesn't stop you from trusting one another. Just because I've made a mistake don't mean you should never trust me again. If that were so, then how would God ever be able to trust us? Because God knows He has trusted me with some things and I have failed Him miserably. Hear me on this morning. He has trusted me with things and I have failed Him miserably, and I had every intent to do it right. God trusted me in the beginning of this marriage to do it right, and I failed Him miserably. And so that's just one of the things that I want us to look at, even in our relationships. Trust is a huge factor, and we're not trying to put the type of trust that we have in God, that unfailing, never dying trust, that you'll never hurt me, you'll never um now I won't say break me, because they won't break you if you don't let. Nobody can break you unless you allow them to break you, because God is our strength and He'll sustain us and He will hold us. But if you try to put the type of trust that we are designed to put in God, in man, you'll be broken every time. I need you to hear that. You'll be broken every time if you try to put the trust that goes to God in man. And so this morning, we just want to just remind you that trust has to be a part of your relationship. It's not an optional part. Actually, it has to be a part of the relationship. Many people think that once your trust has been broken, you can't get it back. That's a lie. That's a lie. I trust George wholeheartedly. If he does wrong, I still trusted him. And I'll trust him again and again and again. Why? Because God trusted me. Does that mean that you have to take and continue to take and do things that are outside of the will of God? No. Because at any given moment, when God frees you, you're free to walk away. You're free to leave the assignment if it was an assignment. I know mine was an assignment. And so if you know that the relationship you're in, that's your help meet, that God ordained you there, expect battles, expect trials. God ordained for Jesus to go through what he went through, and Jesus didn't even want to. He said, Father, remove this cup from me, but if it be thy will. So sometimes we don't want to go through what it is we're going through because it hurts. Sometimes the ridicule is embarrassing. But if God has preordained this, then so it shall be. And so, with that being said, I just want us to know that we got to trust in each other. It doesn't matter if I've broken your trust before. You've got to learn how to trust me again. And so that means we got to unlearn some of the stuff that we've been taught, because I've often heard it said, once you break a person's trust, you'll never get it back. But I'm a living example that that's not true. That's not so. You can trust again, even after you've been hurt, after you've been broken. I've hurt God so much. I can't break it. I can't break it. But God knows I've given him my word that I would do things a certain way, that I would be a certain way. I would be the child that he wants me to be. And like I said before, I ended up failing him miserably, not just a little bit, miserably. And y'all know what he did? He still put me on another assignment. He still gave me another chance, gave me another opportunity. Why then can't we do the same for man? It's not putting your trust in man, but you're still trusting the man. You trust the person to do what it is they're supposed to do. That's not putting trust in them. That's putting trust on them. That's holding a person accountable. A lot of times we like to say about holding people accountable. That's holding a person accountable when you can say, I trust you to do what you're supposed to do. As children, our parents trusted us to go to the store and back. Some of us did, some of us didn't. But that didn't stop them from the next time we wanted something or the next time we go somewhere. We might get grounded for a month, a week, whatever, a little while, but you get released and you get to try it again. We messed up the trust one time, they'll try it again. I'm going to send you this time. Go and come back. And sometimes we still don't do it even the second time. And so all I'm saying is that even in our relationships, when things don't go right, even if there's a grounding period, which there shouldn't be, we'll talk about that later, which there shouldn't be, you still release your trust upon that person. Trust has to be, hear me, trust has to be a factor in your relationship for you to make it. You don't trust in the person, but you do trust on them. Trust them to do what they're supposed to do. Believe in a person. When you believe in someone, and that's kind of what trusting on them is. When you believe in a person, it pulls out the better. It pulls out better in them. Sometimes they're able to do more than they even knew they could do themselves. All right, well, I thank y'all. And I actually wasn't even jumping on to even talk this long, but I will say this. There is a possibility, I'm not 100% sure right now, It just seems that every Sunday night I'm either away or tied up in doing something, or something happens. And so Sundays at 8 are getting a little where I haven't been able to jump on here and do the broadcast. And so if I do change that time, I will definitely let you guys know. Because I do want to have a concrete time so that y'all can kind of jump on with me. But if not, we might just start having to do random pop-ups like this, because I still want to give y'all what God gives me and the tools to strengthen these marriages, to strengthen these relationships, to help build them and make them better. I love you guys, and I thank y'all for jumping on here with me this morning. I plan to be on this Sunday night at 8. It'll still be a date at 8, and if so, at that point I'll give you guys the final decision whether we'll continue to do it at 8 o'clock or if the time will be changing. Y'all have a blessed day. Happy Tuesday to each of you. And just know that I love you with the love of God. Bye.